Boom.
Hello.
Hi. We're back.
Hi there, Joe.
Hi, let me just find my headphone. It feels like a little
helps.
minute since we've been on here. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. Yeah. Life is good. How's things
Yeah.
with you?
Yeah, good. Good. Oh, actually, I need to do the thing. Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Oblivion Show. I'm Jerry
Sorry,
T. And this is...
This is Mr. Dolphin. Nice to see
Hey,
you.
how are you doing?
Yeah, good. We forgot to do the intro. I just started chatting about how things.
I know,
good,
I was
man,
just
good.
like, all right, what's good, man? Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a good start to the year. When was the show last? Was it January? December?
It was October or November, and then I had a big social media fuckery, and hasn't been very much fun, and so I haven't done much since then.
So we're back.
But we're back now. Everything's back on track. Everything's firing on all cylinders. So Mark's already shouting nice shirt, Joe, in the chat. Yeah.
Hey.
I was flicking through. I was like, what do I wear? I was like, of course we have to wear this today. How are you doing, Greg?
Good, man. Good, yeah. I did a couple of weeks in the US recently. That was really nice. Got to spend a bit of time in New York, and just going through quite a few releases that have all kind of just started hitting up at the same time. So I just had the Moat Mouth thing. There's a whole load of other stuff. Something quite big that we're going to chat about later.
Oh, we're going to do a world exclusive later on, right?
We are, yeah. So and now I've got an Instagram that you set me up. So.
Yeah,
kicking and screaming into the modern age, but
dragging you, aren't I? Dragging you forward.
Indeed, I have no idea what I'm doing. So just keep me away from it. Don't let me play the technology. But yeah. So all good. What about you? What have you been doing?
Been really busy. Various things. Got a new Oblivion release coming. Getting the show back up and running. Getting all the social medias back up and running. Some other projects I've been working on in the background. Just trying to get back on all cylinders and focusing on myself a lot. I've been doing a lot of stuff with myself and getting sober.
Looking good, bro.
And
looking
thanks,
good.
man. Yeah, I didn't drink or party or do anything or even eat excessively for a few months now. I've been really taking care of myself. So it's
good on you.
A new me, new year, new me. So we'll see how long it lasts.
Just till festival season, and then it all goes out the window again.
Don't, bro. At least I'll look good fucking my life up. Okay, well, that's enough about me and you. Enough bullshittery. Let's bring in our guest, Miro. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys?
How are you doing? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing good. Thanks for the invitation.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure.
Yeah, man, it's really, really good to have you on. I'm really excited about this. It's a long time fanboy here, so it's really good to get you on the show and get to talk a bit about your music and your background.
Pleasure. Nice.
Yeah. Cool. And how's it in Berlin today? Is the weather good over there? Yeah.
The weather? Today was really mixed.
Yeah. It's been snowing and everything all over Europe today.
It snowed today here.
What the fuck?
This afternoon.
No,
Crazy.
today. How do you say in English when the ice crystals are raining down?
Like sleet, yeah.
Yeah, hailing, exactly, hailing. And afterwards it was nice and sunny.
Yeah.
Yep. But besides that, Berlin.
Whereabouts in Berlin are you?
Where? Pretty central in Friedrichshain.
Nice.
So not too far from Warschauer Straße in this area.
Sure. Yeah.
I like that area.
We're big Berlin fans, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
All right,
Great
well,
city.
we've got a big busy chat. 60 people in there already. Guys, if you're in the chat, give us a share if you can. Share this on your social medias, get more people in here. Also, like the stream underneath. It really helps with the stuff and the things. Thanks. Cheers. Shouts to some of the people in the chat. Let's have a quick flick through who's in there. Of course, Mark. Hey, buddy. Good to see you in the chat. Hope you're well. Kritika, Drastic, Red Flag, J Tracid, Skyward, Martin Jones. All right, Chief. Free Willy. How's it going? Kitty Stone. Dolphinsky in the chat. Hey, bro.
Am I?
Laptop's beeping. Yeah, apparently. Jay, Danny Sisterzine, Andrew Butterfist, Rupture. Hey, Vin, you're going to play some of your music later on. Nanastorm. Hey, bud. Power Trip. Hey, Studio Sound Plus, Disco Ski, Rare Faction. There's quite a nice chat. Lars as well. Demanufacturer. Hey Wanda, I hope you're good, buddy.
Wanda.
Yeah, wicked. All right, so tonight's show, in case you've never been here before, or if you have, and I'm just going to annoy you, the format of the show is we have New Blood first, where we go through your submissions, we give feedback, we take the feedback from the chat, we do a little bit of expose on people. We have the interview section with Miro in the middle, where we go through everything to do with his whole career, all of his alias, play some music, etc., some old music, some new music, all kinds of stuff. Then we've got the What's Hot section, which is at the end. We've got 3 exclusives today. 4 maybe in the What's Hot. Load of really fresh new music dropped on me today and yesterday. So that's cool. So yeah, I guess without further ado, we can get straight into the New Blood.
New Blood.
First up on the New Blood, we have got a track from Rupture. This is The Final Note. Let's go.
What is it that you truly seek? Life is not a journey with a final destination. It is a dance, a symphony that plays on, whether you choose to hear it or not. But the beauty of it, the mystery of it, is that you are the dancer, the musician, the conductor, and the audience all at once. We've been taught to treat life as a means to an end. We've been trained to believe that we are going somewhere, that there is some pinnacle to reach, some grand moment of arrival where we shall finally be happy, fulfilled, complete. But consider, if you will, the absurdity of this notion. Suppose a symphony were written in such a way that the entire purpose was to get to the final note as quickly as possible. The musicians would rush, they would speed through the most beautiful passages just to reach the end. They finally struck that last note. There would be silence and nothing more.
Right. Excellent stuff from Vinny. Vinny, I really, really, really like this one. No bio from you today, but I've got your profile here. Really enjoyed that. What did you think, guys?
Good stuff. Well produced, good emotion, and I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I mean, Vinny's I don't think he's even New Blood anymore at this point. I mean, his sound is getting to the point where it's sounding really polished. You know, there's not a lot. I mean, that I can really say in terms of, you know, cleaning the mix up. He's most importantly, everything sounds really balanced. Like the kicks, the percussion, the sample, you know, everything in the vocal, the Alan Watts speech, which I love, by the way, is sounds clean. You can hear everything that's being said, right? A lot of times you get producers that put a vocal sample and you can hardly hear what it's saying because it's playing over loads of noise and background and stuff. But the sample gets across the message he's trying to give with the tune, and the sample fits the song, it fits the BPM. The kicks feel like they really fit into the tempo well as well. Do you know what I mean? They've got space, they've got movement. I mean, I can see why Manu's kind of really fallen for these tunes and stuff, and he's dropping them in his sets and stuff. I really fit him really well. Dark, solid, not cheesy, just feels like this is kind of, you know, proper, really serious. Cool. Yeah, great, you know, really good music.
Yep. Only a little, from my taste, a little critique would be the whoop part of the kick, in balance with the initial punch. That the whoop part after the initial punch is maybe, for my personal taste, a little too loud. So I prefer more the punch in the beginning. But you know, it's like nitpicking.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's nice when you get to this kind of stage with some of the people that have been sending tracks in. But it's like we're just kind of, you know, giving them subjective or, you know, kind of a little, this is what I do to tweak it. It's not like, your song needs a whole rebuild and things are way out.
No.
Yeah.
So, but really good stuff, Vinny. Really good stuff.
Yeah, I really like this. And Vinny, I know this isn't signed yet, so I'd like to sign this one for Oblivion. So if we can talk, that would be great. Because I really like this track and I've been listening to it on repeat. So let's get this one released.
Nice. You should have some kind of like screen splash when you sign someone live on air or something, or a stamp signed. Does
that work? Can you hear that? No,
I can't. No, I'm sure they can.
I did have an air horn, but imagine. There you go. All right, let's move on then. Next up, we have got another good producer that's been playing through the New Blood for some years, Hydroxide with Industrialist. Let's go.
Ooh.
In the future, if anyone asks what I do for a living, you tell them I'm an industrialist.
So that was from Hydroxide. A little bit about Hydroxide. What have we got here? Hi everyone, happy to be back in the new blood. The track still needs some mixdown adjustments and proper mastering. Thank you for listening. Cheers. All right. Here's his page. What are your thoughts here, Miro?
I really like the intro melody and the variations and the how do you say that it became disharmonic. Really nice vibe from that point. For me personally, the melody went a little bit under. That when the beat is fully there, I could barely hear the bells, and so I'm a guy who's more classic, who likes to have the main melody a little bit more noticeable. But besides that, yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Great.
So a really interesting choice, I think, production choice to compress the synths so much with the kicks and stuff. So you almost lost the synths. So you could tell they were still there, but they just compressed so much with the kicks and stuff that it was an interesting effect to let the kind of kicks just fill the track completely. And you get the kind of like the breathing effect on the synth. It's just like,
you mean like the sidechainy thing, like that the kick
just
pumps it away.
Yeah, and then it just completely overwhelmed the synth. So interesting, because most people would let the synth breathe a lot more through, when the kicks came back in. But a really interesting choice of kicks as well. I mean, there was very soft punches. I think that like they didn't have a lot of transient. They weren't cracking. It was like everything was kind of like driving this kind of dirty thud through the mix, which I liked. Again, interesting production choices, and the synth was the synth, the arps, the really unusual dissonant arp I found really interesting, and the sample was great as well. So I mean, there was a lot to like. Joe, what do you think?
I really liked it. So there was some interesting stuff with the kicks and the pitching in the kicks. I felt like it seemed a little bit empty in some places, but I understand that that's also probably an artistic choice to have it as an atmospheric track as opposed to like a big driver or whatever. I like the simple melody. I felt that could be a little bit brighter in the mix. Maybe that's what I was missing, actually. The kicks were really dominating it. It could have probably been pushed a little bit down the middle a little bit more. But I liked it. And I like what this guy's doing generally. He's released quite some good music recently. I think he's got an album about to drop. Lovely guy as well. I was dancing alongside him a couple of weeks ago.
You danced with him, Joe?
Yeah. We were partying at the Chain Reaction, Alex's night. Yeah. So really, really good. Some cool feedback in the chat here as well. Butterfist saying some weird pictures in the... Let me see if I can bring up these comments somewhere. Have I got this? Anyway, some weird pictures in some of the leads on this one. I don't know if that's intentional or not.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely. I think it's intentional.
For sure.
It's very, very intentional.
Of course.
Yeah. Here we go. I found my thing. Here we go. Somebody saying I quite like the weird pitches and detune elements in the leads, but maybe use before the drop instead of all the time. Somebody else saying this would sit nicely on Madback records. Yeah, I think that's a good show. Track is too chaotic for my liking, but still pretty fun and cool ideas in there. Okay. Somebody saying feels like I'd use some crashes or something sprinkled in there. Not sure if it's artistic choice, but that's also what I said as well, right? So, and somebody else saying it sounded like it could have done with some hats, rides, or something in there. So maybe some things to consider, or not. I mean, it's your art. You do what you want with it, of course. But I thought it was cool.
Yeah. And a little shout out as well. I was chatting to Frank ID, Outside Agency, yesterday. We were chatting about some new stuff. And he said to me in a text, the best set I heard recently, in a long time recently, was by Hydroxide.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah, big up, man.
From Frank. Shout out to Frank as well.
Making moves. Yeah, shout out to Frank. Hope you're doing good, bud. Okay, next up, let's keep it moving. We have got Endhaltestelle with construction site.
Ask Miro to pronounce that.
Oh yeah, Endhaltestelle.
Of
That
course.
means
There you go.
Yep.
And what does it mean?
It's like the last stop of a train line.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's
The end-
of
the end
line,
stop.
isn't it?
All right.
Halt. Yep.
All right, let's go.
The reconstruction of the solar system. The reconstruction of the solar system. The reconstruction of the solar system. The reconstruction. The reconstruction of the solar system. The reconstruction of the solar system. The reconstruction. Reconstruction. The 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 reconstruction of the solar system. Reconstruction. The reconstruction.
All right, that was mad.
Manting.
Mad ting. Right, a little bit from the artists. Hey Joe and the Oblivion Gang. I hope you are all doing well and enjoy yourselves. It's Daniel again, and this time I want to share some music from one of my latest releases. I recently started my label Signal Failure, which is dedicated to hardcore, but also breakbeat driven stuff. It's not very straightforward music, but I guess there's enough danceable hardcore out there already. For the show, I sent a track from the first release. It runs at 150 BPM and draws on the general space theme of the record. The rest of the EP features 4 relatively slow tracks. I'm not going to read all of this. It's quite a lot. Apart from the 4 tracks on the EP, there are 3 additional digital tracks and the remix of Hedonist Problems Upstairs. So check out Signal Failure, guys. All of these releases can be downloaded on donation basis from Bandcamp. There you can buy the record, or also from Toolbox or Suburban Trash. And they're also available on vinyl. And I create 7 custom 7-inch adapters in case you're curious. I sculpt hands from toilet paper and styrofoam. I 3D scan them and print them with a 3D printer again. These adapters are not making your life easier as a DJ, but they look decent. Of course, I have to say this. So if you're a collector of weird hardcore records, you might consider getting a stupid copy. Right, we have to look at this now. Okay, browser. Let's see what
You're just about to keep up with the words that were coming out of your mouth. I was trying to put together what does this thing actually look like.
I'm trying to work it out myself. Hold on. Oh shit! I can't remember how to do my show. 1 second. Right. They look like this. It looks like a butt plug of sorts made out of toilet paper, right?
Doesn't look like.
No, it doesn't look like a butt plug. No. Oh, these are cool.
Maybe it looks like yours, but
so these are for going in the middle of the vinyl.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Nice.
Really interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What
What do you think about the music? What do you reckon, Greg?
I really liked it. It sounded like a bit like, do you know Homemade Weapons? Breakbeaty guys, kind of deep, jungly, breakbeaty, noisy stuff. Sounded like Homemade Weapons had a baby with Spiral Tribe or something. Kind of like at times I felt like I was like lost in a squat party in the early 2000s. There was a really nice snare that sounded like two metal pipes clanging together, which was I really appreciated the snare sound in it.
Yeah.
And just kind of chaotic. When I say chaotic, I mean there was groove there. There was a real kind of rhythm and groove going on. The percussion felt a little chaotic, but I think it added another element to it that I liked. Overall, really, really interesting. It was dark. It was hard. It was pretty funky. Yeah. I mean, you could clean the mix up a lot, but I don't think it would really suit the track. I mean, it's supposed to be.
It's the style, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
It's meant to be noisy, industrial, rhythmic kind of stuff. Yeah. What did you think, Miro?
That was okay, I guess. Not so much up my alley, but that's why I cannot give too much of a critique. I guess it's okay, but it's just not so much my type of music. I have to be honest.
Okay, well, for people that are interested, since they can download some of this stuff for free, I've put a link in the chat there. So go and head over to the Bandcamp and do the thing. Free stuff's always good stuff, so give them a little bit of support. And we'll move on. Next up, we've got Insec with Daddy Demo. Let's go.
Okay.
Our starving Insec.
Right, a little bit about the artists. This is Insec, not Starving Insec, Greg. I did hear that at the end there. It was not funny. This is Insec. Shit, visuals. Okay, so Insec. I don't have a link for Insec, unfortunately. I love the format of your show and figured to drop a sub in hopes for some pro feedback. Originally from Bulgaria, after dealing with life, I've recently got back to Ableton and exploring all the music that always remained my true love. I've had no released or frankly finished tracks for more than a decade, but in the last few months, I've been trying some bits. I'm looking for some honest feedback and maybe to engage with the community a bit. Okay.
Cool.
Greg, some good technical feedback here.
So some nice ideas. I mean, it was dark, kind of had a nice kind of groove to it. The kick was very loose in the bottom end, like very flappy. It was flapping around a lot. So that needs tightening up. If you really want to push your tracks loud, whether they do or don't, but if you do want to push your tracks loud, you've got to tighten up the bottom end of your kicks a little bit and just control the bass basically. There were some elements that were way too stereo, way out wide, and that needs controlling again. Again, you want to be able to kind of like collapse the track down to somewhere close to mono and it still sounds solid. And there was, you don't need to pan things out so far wide, right? So far that you're just kind of like losing the center. And a few more transient things as well, really. I mean, the mix could done with just being a little bit more punchier and a bit more, but I like the vibe of the track. It was kind of like a nice, dark, kind of scary samples. But just from a purely technical perspective, right, in terms of mix down, it just needs more control, things tightening up, and thinking about each element and how you get the best out of it, really. The mix wasn't too, it was, the balance was there, but it's just kind of improving all the individual elements, I think, for me, would really improve it from a technical perspective. Miro?
I agree. I agree on all points, yeah. The width was not a good thing, yeah. It kills the focus of the center. It really makes things also very fatiguing in a way. Mm-hmm. It kills the punch, and yeah, I agree on all the technical points. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's I think when you're fairly new to, I don't know how long this guy's been making tunes, but early on in your kind of production career, it's very easy to just go way too far one way or the other way, and you just go, oh, let's stereo the hell out of everything, or let's turn the bass up to maximum, and you just kind of like go, way too far, and then you realize that over time that you've got to rein things back in and control them properly. And
that's why you should always compare to some reference points.
Exactly, that's a great
point. And then you realize a lot of well-made productions are not so wide, maybe a few elements, but not in that sense. Mm-hmm. Not like using a stereo widener to Oblivion, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Indeed.
I thought it was good. It reminded me of some of the older Outside Agency stuff in a very positive way, by the way. Mm-hmm. That kind of rolling the kind of kick drum and the atmosphere and really nice, and the use of the snare and stuff. Agree with the stereo comments. In fact, some people in the chat have also said, Vonda D Manufacturer said that the pads disappear completely in mono. I think he's doing some mono reference in there. Somebody saying they love the build up, but the kick seemed to fall a bit flat. I think that was because of the flappy bottom that Greg mentioned, potentially. Snare is quiet and needs a sharper transient. Great vibe and samples, but a more prominent snare.
It's cool. Probably monitoring, making these decisions, like having a low snare and all this stuff. It's mostly the monitoring. I don't know how the guy produces and what he listens to. That's mostly what makes you decide to balance the things the way you balance them.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a decent sub, I mean, you just don't know about those, you know, the bottom end and stuff. You don't have it.
You don't even really need a sub. You know, like 25 years ago, I mixed most of my stuff on NS10s, which have absolutely no bottom end. You know, but I could still get, you know, like.
But I don't think you were probably using like 100 different plugins on your.
No, exactly. And you know your system,
cleaner, right? Yeah.
And you keep it simple.
Yep. Yeah.
But I think there's some solid feedback there. That's what he wanted. So you got some good critical feedback. And also saying that you wanted to engage with the community. Please jump into the Discord. Everybody's talking in there all day, every day about different things. You're very welcome if you want to hook up or put some different ideas or whatever in there and have some community, then please jump into the Discord. Mods, can you paste the community link into the chat, please? Thanks. Thanks for submitting, Insec. We look forward to hearing from you soon. Welcome back to music, and I hope whatever you were dealing with is in the past and you can move on. Next up, we've got... and I just want to take a step back 1 second because I found this as I was closing the windows that I had open for the last artist, and I thought it was great. This is from the previous artist. This awesome page. I should have shown this before.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Looks like broccoli with teeth.
Yeah, man. Exactly.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Right. Next up. Yeah. Never mind. Next up, we've got SPF with Corrupted Warriors. Let's go.
They are powerful warriors who excel in the art of war. They do not fear, they do not hesitate. To their enemies, they are brutal and fearsome opponents. When they go to battle, it is either victory or death.
What a nice track. Really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed it. This is
did we fade out just as we were getting to the 303s?
No. Well, it was already faded. This Jay did the edits, so probably Jay's fault if we missed 303s.
Shame on you, Jay. Fade
yeah.
out 303.
Shame on you, Jay, co-producer Jay. Anyway, hey guys, SPF here. Not me, obviously.
Not related to SPF DJ.
I don't know. I'm amateur producer from Switzerland. Mostly make hardcore, drum and bass, jungle, breakcore, that sort of stuff. This one is a work in progress. I will continue working on it afterwards. So I'll gladly take any piece of advice you'd like to give. If you want to check out some of my other stuff, feel free to visit my YouTube page. Much love to everybody. Okay, thank you for submitting. I really enjoyed it, and I think everybody in the chat quite enjoyed that one too. What do you reckon, Greg?
Yeah, rinse out. I mean, who doesn't love Eamon and rinse out? So it was really nice. Loads of he's obviously spent a lot of time chopping the breaks and getting loads of different variation, keeping it interesting. I loved all the choirs and stuff. The vibe and the atmosphere of the track for me is really, really nice. I mean, I love that stuff anyway. The only thing I was thinking sometimes is that I wouldn't mind the breaks switching up a little bit, like, you know, some EQ'd Amons and things like that. If you're going to, you know, use the Amon through the whole track, you know, like Smiler does, where it'll like switch it between different kind of EQ'd versions of the same break.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that as well, just to give it a little bit more, although, you know, had lots of variation, but sonically it kind of it felt quite flat. I don't mean that in a bad way, but it could have done with some, you know, maybe some switch ups through the track in terms of that. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. Really liked the track. Definitely on my street.
Yeah, nice dramatic melodies for sure. Absolutely nice.
I really liked it. Really liked it. The orchestral stuff was great in there. I thought it was really, really well balanced. Just looking at the chat here. Butterfist saying nice choir. Bioseeds in the
really
chat. Hey Bioseed.
All the background noises.
Yeah, and the swords and stuff, really cool. Somebody saying love the swords being used as percussion. Very
Swords.
much, very cool.
Liquid swords.
Yeah, really good stuff. Nice one. Post his YouTube in the chat, somebody says, because they want to subscribe. Here we go, posting it in the chat now. Boom. Oh, somebody's already done it. Okay, cool. All right, next up, we've got, a regular on the show, Red Flag with Lighthouse. Let's go.
Party in the house, do remember you can make some noise if you're having a good time. My DJ wants to hear you. Dance floor, we want to see you moving. How's the whistle crew? Show your appreciation.
Right. A little bit about the artist. This is Red Flag. First of all, cheeky little sample of the old homeboy Ribsy there. It's been a minute since I heard Sean's voice, like, and I just want to call this out, like, before I get into this. I really respect what Red Flag's doing. Like, he's not an old guy, right? This is a quite a young guy, and he's really taking his time to research and learn the heritage of UK hardcore and actually trying to make it in a proper, like, grassroots way up. And I really respect what he's doing. It's really, really cool, and it really like touches me. Like, I really, really like it. So a little bit about him. Red Flag is an artist based in Utrecht, Netherlands, producing and DJing breakbeats to UK hardcore and beyond. Lighthouse is an update to a track I sent in over a year ago, and reworked and refined based on the feedback I received. Usual inspiration as before, 90s and noughties UK hardcore with some older jungle sprinkled in. The updated track name is reference to the Helter Skelter amusement ride, which is synonymous with UK rave culture of the 90s, where a lot of inspiration and vocals originate. I also wanted to be an icon of something that stands out in the sea of music at the moment, a reminder that you don't need 16 different kick switches to make something memorable. I thought that would resonate with you, Miro. Still work to be done, but liking where it's going. I think the vocals could probably be changed, but no, don't change the vocals. Let's make that clear. They stay, but hopefully it gets the point across. Any feedback greatly appreciated. I struggle getting the mix down to work with so many elements, but I know it's part of the process.
The vocals could have been louder.
A big thanks again to Joe and the Oblivion crew. Massive congrats on 50 episodes. Can't be overstated on what you've contributed to the scene. Looking forward to celebrating episode 100 sometime in the new century.
We've done 50 episodes.
We've done 51 because we did a 49.5 as well with Mike, right? So this is actually episode 51, but episode 50.
Okay.
I really liked it. Miro, to you first, sir.
I liked it too. Good vibe. Good old school vibe for sure. Absolutely. The vocals could be louder, what I already said. And I think, the vibes was really old schooly in a good way. I liked it.
Yeah. I think there was a missed opportunity in the intro. I mean, I don't know, maybe Jay cut a little bit of it. The way it came in, it felt like it lacked a little. There was an opportunity to build some more tension there before it kind of came in. I'm not sure the kick worked for me. Like, it's okay, but I think it could have been better. And I don't know, maybe it just needed another 16 kicks to, a different kick to offset it with. You could move between, and you don't need 16 different kicks, but I think if your kick isn't super, super strong, then having another one to offset it after 16 bars, or, just switch between them can really help. I love the musical vibe of it. I love what he's trying to do. I think maybe a little more thought into, just from my perspective, how you build and release tension through the track. There was the kind of like once the kick had kicked in, it felt like it was quite a long way to get to the middle break. And that could be like, maybe it just needs more of a switch up after 16 or something like that. But I love the vibe. I love the kind of like the throwback to the UK rave sounds. Really nice little melody and stuff. But I think there's just from my perspective, just my
You needed more
opinion.
tension.
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, to build and release.
And for me, it was okay because for me it was one of those tracks. If you're like on a rave and the sun goes up, that doesn't. So it has like this chilly, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
Not. It's not like peak time kind of tracks. More.
Yeah,
track.
and I don't mean
It's more like a fade out kind of track. So I was fine with that point.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be the kind of huge riser snare drum, the massive thing, but it needs to kind of like feel like I like to feel like it's leading me somewhere, and then I know where I'm going, and it just felt like there was more of an opportunity to make that more of a more present in the track.
Right.
Something bothered me, and it was the filtering on the break, or the EQing on the break. It felt like it was being held back a bit too much. And I felt that if that was a stylistic choice, then maybe the way that was being filtered or EQ'd could be automated to give some additional movement in the track, perhaps. It felt like the break was kind of held back sort of somehow. Something just felt a bit off with it for me. I think somebody else mentioned it here in the chat as well. There's a few comments actually in the chat, so I'll read them out because they're from pretty good people. Demanufacturers, cool track. Mixed wise, some highs in the kicks would be nice. There's also some kind of filter on it, maybe too deep EQ cuts or a flanger of sorts. I think that was what I heard as well. He said there's holes in the mix. Nanostorm said these synths are too loud compared to the kick, but I don't mind because they remind me of Claus Schulz, so 10 out of 10 anyway. Rupture says nice atmosphere, maybe a few mixing tweaks could bring this up a notch, but all round clean track. And somebody saying the breakbeat could sound more natural. It's got a flangy effect on it. So, and somebody else saying that the EQ is a bit weird on the Amons underneath the kick. So it's not just me. There's a few people saying the same thing. So nevertheless, really good progress. And I stand by what I said before. Honestly, I think Red Flag's really one to watch for the future. So keep going, bro. Keep growing. And I look forward to seeing you at the weekend. All right, next up, we've got What with Baked Out. Let's go.
Break it.
All right. So this is what a 19-year-old multi-genre producer and DJ from Southeast Arizona that specializes in hardcore, breakcore, and skull step drum and bass. My inspirations consist of people like Igor, Hellfish, Delta 9, and many other hardcore legends in the space. I like to jump around a lot when it comes to producing to get my brain flowing and ultimately get better at music creation altogether. I hear that. As for any releases, my SoundCloud and Bandcamp are fruitful with many things like work in progress, old projects, and shitty tracks that some may find either good or bad. As for new stuff, look out for stuff coming with people like Arcade Trauma later in the year. Hope you enjoy what I have to offer. Much love from Arizona. I really liked that. It was a crazy breakcore fuckery, right? What's not to like? Yeah. What do you reckon, Greg?
Early 2000s, late 90s, Deathchant, Hellfish, just kind of, yeah. So, yeah, there was lots you could do with the mix down and stuff, but I mean, really, it's about the kind of the groove, the fun, smashing, like finding the right breaks to throw over the top of the kicks, and yeah, there's lots of stuff you could do to make the mix sound more professional and cleaner. But that's not really what it's about. It's about kind of early 2000s Deathchant kind of party vibes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I loved it. I mean, it had all that kind of like the old hip hop stuff. There's some of the levels sounded way off, like all over the place. And again, maybe that's monitoring and stuff like that. You can't quite tell, or maybe it's intentional. But it's kind of like fun, throw your granny down the stairs kind of
it's a
party
chucker.
tunes, right? Yeah. It's like fuck it, let's just have some fun and see what happens. So I loved it. Yeah, really cool. Miro?
Yeah. Who doesn't like NWA samples, huh?
Indeed.
Which sounded, as many of the tracks we heard previously, for my old school taste, the kicks were so much louder than some elements in the vocals. They were so pushed way behind, like if you're in a party, you barely hear anything of the vocals anymore. Like, I mean, everybody wants to have loud kicks, but like, have a little bit of a balance of like hearing the rest, especially when you're on a big sound system. Things get even more pushed away than what I'm hearing on my headphones right now. But I like the vibes. I like the NWA samples, of course, and it was fun.
It was fun, and that's I think the most important thing that came across in it is like he sounds like he's enjoying making music, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
This kid's 19, right? I'm fully for it. 19 years old doing that. Just go. Sure.
Yeah. Just you'll work out the production as you get through the tracks. You know what I mean? You reference, you kind of go, what's the difference? What's the delta between what I'm doing and what this sounds like? But the most important thing, have fun, right? Make music that you like, and just make good tracks that people just want to throw themselves around to. The rest will follow, right?
Exactly.
And if you do it the other way around and you learn how to be super technical to start, but you're kind of really struggling to make tracks, and you're trying to do what you think other people want to hear. That takes you down a different path. But it sounds like our guy here in Arizona is having the time of his life right now. So more power to him, brother.
Absolutely agree on what you said.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, the little side quest topic, the Just Fucking Drop It sample that he used in there, that was originally used by Igor, right? And then Jipe used it in his track
on the Deathchant.
That goes just fucking drop it, right? That's the sample. And then Jipe used it thinking it was just a sample, right? And it turns out it was Igor's voice that he sampled himself. So he called him out. He's like, "You saw my sample, right?" And he's like, "No, I didn't." He was like, "That was me. That was my voice."
You can't get away with that, can you?
No, and now this guy sampled it as well. So I'm curious if he knows that it is actually Igor. I think it's fucking hilarious. Little side topic. Hey to some people in the chat that joined, by the way. Noel, what's up? Saw you popping in. It's nice to see you, buddy. I hope you're doing good, and Carolyn's doing well too, and obviously the whole family's doing well. I saw also, who else did I see join? Tigo joined. Hey, how's it going, bro? And Nanostorm, saw you pop in. No, it wasn't Nanostorm that I saw pop in. It was somebody else. Embryonic. Hey, Embryonic, what's good? Nice to see you all. Nice. Last penultimate track, actually. Nemesis, Afterlife. Let's go.
Act right, motherfucking Afterlife. Act right, grab the mic. Act right, grab the mic. Act right, grab the mic. Sacrifice you twice, motherfucking Afterlife. Twice, motherfucking Afterlife. Twice, motherfucking Afterlife.
All right.
I'd just like to say the time right now is 9:09.
Nice. A little bit about
the clock from the Miro studio.
Yeah, nice. Nice, perfect.
It was perfect timing. Hi guys, I'm a long-term listener but first-time contributor. I'm an early hardcore producer based in Rotterdam, Netherlands, but originally from the UK. Originally from the UK. Hello, Doug.
Really?
Yeah. Inspired by early hardcore legends like Roughneck, Drox, and Chosen Few, my tunes often features 90s classic sounds reimagined for the next generation of early hardcore lovers. I produce mainly with analog gear and hardware, which can sometimes be a pain in the ass, but mostly lots of fun. Afterlife is my latest track, and I would love to hear your feedback to help me continue to improve the quality of my tunes. Shout out to you guys at Oblivion for dedication and time spent in running this show. It makes a huge difference to the hardcore scene. Cheers, Doug, aka Nemesis. Yeah, first thing I noticed in there was some of the elements needed bringing up in the mix, but the thing that really wigged me out was the artifacts on the vocal. That really drives me crazy when I hear that. So it's either your stem separation or whatever it is that you've done to pull that out isn't clean enough, or when you've repitched, you've used some kind of quantizer or something that's created those artifacts. It really bugs me, that stuff done. So just maybe revisit that because it's always the part of the track where there's nothing else audible other than the vocal, and if it really makes it obvious when there's artifacts in there. So that's my big wig. Miro?
Yep, it was pretty authentic. I mean, I thought it was from 1995 from the feeling. The sound quality, yeah, well, he said he's working with hardware. The synth sounded to me like it was in the box, but I might be wrong. It's maybe a mixing decision. I missed a little bit more of the mid presence, and if you work in the box, you have often the synths that are like stereo in a way, and it's not like when you have like an analog synth and a mono input, and you have like the focused mono signal, but it felt pretty authentic. It was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah. I really appreciated the reverb on that synth. It sounded really nice. It sounded very natural and kind of like filled the space really nicely.
Nice.
Yeah, little things like that make me very happy. The percussion definitely needed to come up a little bit, just to balance the levels out, I think, and give a bit more transient, kind of some more ticks and just a bit more brightness to the mix all the way through. Really. Yeah. Yeah, and like I say, Joe, you already spotted. Yeah, vocal processing sounded a little bit weird. But but great 909. I mean, it was a really nice authentic kick. And it had that. The sequencing felt very 90s and stuff as well. It was really nice. I mean, I really like people. There's a lot of good artists coming through now that are kind of revisiting that kind of very.
Oh, it's huge.
Traditional 909 thing is getting bigger and bigger. So the guy lives in Doug, is it? He lives in Rotterdam and ex-UK. I don't know if he knows there's a guy called Distorted Reality, also around my way. He does a lot of very similar stuff. He actually works in my gym. A guy called Dylan. So we shout out to him. But I think I should put these two guys in touch because they're doing a lot of very similar stuff, kind of like old 90s. Kind of hardcore stuff, and I think they probably complement each other's sounds. If they don't know each other already, maybe they do, but I think it'd be a good idea to get them in touch with each other. All
right, Doug, reach out, hit us a message on the gram or something, and we'll put you in touch with this guy Greg's recommending. Some comments in the chat which are really useful, so I want to reference them. Noel DJ Hidden says, cool track, could use some processing in the lead, but not doing anything with it definitely makes it very old school sounding. Percussion elements could be louder. Demanufacturer says the leads are quite muffled, could bring some highs back in the EQ. Tigo saying, I think the vocal needs some more processing and the ride hi-hat can be a little louder. It sounds a little dry, but it's mostly a mixing thing. Butterfish saying, turn the pad chords up in volume. They are nice. I think the general consensus here is this is good. Needs a little bit more, but that's a good track. It's a good basis for a track to be finished and good shit. Yep. All right. We're going to hit our last track in the New Blood. Then we're going to move to the interview section. This is a new alias coming through. 161 with 1312. Sound like a barcode, but anyway.
The system also demands they be violent. Stop.
You're a fucking mug! Who the fuck are you?
Holy fuck. That was loud. That was loud.
I think, did everyone turn their volume down a little bit then?
I turned it down here as well. Like, that wasn't nowhere near the other ones.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I find myself like through the new blood, I was slowly turning it up and up and up, and then I was just like, okay, back down again.
Robert put in the chat, does 161 stand for the percentage of volume?
Indeed.
Oh my god. Mixed reactions in the chat. I really enjoyed it, but it was too loud and it needs some work. It reminds me of Dataclysm stuff. A little bit about the artist, real quick. This is a collaboration between RNO and Cult. 161.
Where do we know RNO from?
Berlin. They're from the. We played at the party. It's, my God, so it was Subland and fucking, what's the other crew? Somebody in the chat put me out of my misery.
Okay.
I don't know why that's gone out of my brain. Anyway, born from an alliance of RNO, Sound of Hell. Yes, thank you, Robert.
Sound of Hell guys. Yes.
Yeah. Born from the alliance of RNO and Cult, 161 is an industrial hardcore where music meets ideals, taking inspiration from early anti-establishment gabba and punk scene. 161 aims to bring these values back to the spotlight.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Feeling it.
So, any feedbacks, Greg?
It was brutal.
Punk production, yeah, brutal indeed. I mean, yeah, it was just, let's smash everything together and see what happens. But I mean, that's kind of punk, right? It's like, yeah, it was loud, it was disgusting, it was groovy and nasty and all the good stuff as well. Mm-hmm. It was like guerrilla hardcore.
Someone's going to sample that, you know that, right? What do you think, Miro?
Well, it was brutal. Well done. Not really my cup of tea, but well done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought it was great. I think the sound needs refining. It's clear that it's like a new project, a new idea. And I think with some development, like this alias, this new thing is going to be something cool. So I'd be really interested in hearing some more stuff. So if you could get me some bits over, guys, that would be nice, because I'm sure there's some cool stuff going on. Really cool. Mixed feedbacks in the chat. Everybody fucking said RIP ears. Von der D manufacturer complaining about the stereo kicks. He's not a fan of them, but nitpicking aside, sick track, big energy, perfect for the end of the party or the end of the New Blood, I guess.
I think Wonder would be happy if he only had one ear, and then he wouldn't have to deal with all these like stereo things going on in his life.
He just walks around like monoing everything in the street, going, "You sound terrible in mono.
Well.
You're too wide."
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. I thought it was really good. So
yeah, it was really
good.
fun.
All right, so that is the end of the New Blood. Thank you to everybody for submitting.
New Blood.
And we can get into the interview section, but I guess before that I'm going to do a little bit of propaganda so that you guys can have a toilet or a refreshment break or whatever it is you need to do. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our membership scheme here. If you so wish, you can support the Oblivion Underground YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our membership scheme on YouTube. We will never charge to do this show, by the way. This is just an optional. If you would like to, you can subscribe here, and we offer some benefits and perks if you choose to do that. We offer 3 tiers. First tier, $1.99 per month. Gives you the loyalty badges next to your name that you see next to people's name in the chat, which change colour the longer you are, all the way up until this kind of gold coloured one. Different emojis to use in the chat. Discount at oblivionunderground.com. Priority shout outs and community access and Discord access. We can see your name easier in the chat here. You're more likely to be seen. It's not of significance really, but this is just a gesture thing, I think. For $2.99 a month, you get everything that's in the previous, but you also get Oblivion Underground digital releases for free when they come out. Priority notification for merch drops. There is about to be a very sick merch drop, by the way, which I'm very, very fucking excited about. We did something very cool with the next record, by the way. I can't wait to show you that. Oh, we've had someone who's just super chatted. Megalodon 1986, respect. There's also members only live chats and so on. That's $2.99 a month. And then in the tier 3, we have $9.99 a month. Vouchers at Oblivion and, well, not Hardcore Beer anymore, but vouchers at Oblivion Underground. Early access, you get added to the Oblivion promo list. Which means that you get our releases before the public. You get them when they go to the artists. Exclusive member-only videos and priority reply to comments. So yeah, that's our membership schemes. You'll also notice that we talked a bit before about Discord. There is a Discord channel that we use, and if you want to come over and join in, then you can. I see the trolls have been a-trolling. So this is Discord, these motherfuckers. Every time they know I'm going to come here. So this is our Discord channel anyway. You can see there's lots of different areas to talk in here. Think of this like a IRC channel, a old school forums kind of place. We've got different areas in here, stuff to do with the show, the community. There's production zones for talking about production and plugins, etc., DJing, advice, gaming, graphic design, video design, etc. There's also this link sharing section, which honestly, this is a gold mine. If you're into hardcore and especially industrial stuff, like, this is the place to get your links and get the latest information for stuff without having to go onto social media. Lots of cool mixes getting posted in here as well, track lists, all that kind of stuff. Loads of big nerds in here, like guessing track lists and things like that. Loads of cool people. So if you're interested in this, or you want to be part of a community, somebody earlier on saying that they wanted to become part of the community and they've been having a tough time and they wanted some like-minded people around them, just get into the Discord. Mods, could you send a link to the Discord into the chat so people are aware of that, please? Thank you. And somebody is gifting subs right now. Who's just gifted? Futu. Thank you so much for gifting subs. Oh, it's Randy. Hey, Randy. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's really kind. Big up. Nice one. So, yeah, if you want to get into the Discord, guys, get in there. Go and have fun. Have some chatting. Enjoy. All right, I'm coming back. Boom.
All right. Can't hear you.
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
Sorry, I put the wrong fader down. I hope that everybody could hear me when I was talking before.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, great. Fucking hell, I'm getting tired or something. I'm not drunk, that's for sure. Thanks to Randy for the subs. Really cool. And the mods have linked the Discord in the chat. Awesome. And Megalodon, I saw that super chat. That was really funny. Nice one. Okay, before we do the interview, we've got a message from Francis, who can't be here. He was supposed to come on to the show, and he was supposed to say hello. And since Greg's not here, it makes sense for me to play that now. So let me just make sure I'm not doing something stupid. Okay, so a little message from Francis, who can't be here today.
Hello everyone, this is Tripped. I'm recording a video for you because I sadly cannot tune in on the show live tonight. A little bit gutted because I'm a big Miro and Kotzaak fan, as some of you might know. And the reason that I wanted to briefly pop in is because maybe some of you know already, but Miro sent in the track for the next Madback release, which is part of an anniversary. It's the 10-year anniversary of the label, so we're doing special things, and this one will be a picture disc. And Miro sent in a really dope track. And this is sort of the cover that I painted. Imagine that with this as a backside, but I suppose Joe will show you how it really looks on screen. And we've also got a collab with me and Matt Green. There's a collab with me and alias. There's a Lighthouse track. There's a Deathchant Crisis track. I'm pretty happy with the EP. And because it's the anniversary, we're also doing some special things. So if you want to get some Madback socks or or a flag or a keychain, you can buy separate bundles for all of that. There's limited stock though, so I would not wait too long with all of that anymore. And also for the first time to celebrate the anniversary of the label, we're doing the first label night in Belgium. And also Miro will be playing versus Kotzaak Klan, so versus himself. And that is really special to me because I wanted to represent the whole spectrum of Miro. His productions are so wide, and I wanted him to cross over some of his aliases. So a nice build-up set from the Miro, Billy the Kid, Jack Lucifer, Stickhead kind of things. So I'm very excited about that. I'm also excited to have Matt Green back on the lineup, where we have been making some music again together. And we're also playing together again for the first time in 11 years. And then there's also KRTM with his signature hardcore set that's going to be playing. Lighthouse is coming over, and then we also have a team from the Stimular crew in Belgium that I'm hosting the event with. It's also in a very dope venue with a good sound, so Hoping to see some of you guys there. And I don't know if I said it already, but it's the 6th of June. Tickets are still available. Early birds have sold out, but yeah, you can definitely still get tickets. And I think that kind of sums it up. Thank you, Joe, for letting me pop up here briefly. And I hope to see some of you there. And I got some more exciting things planned for Madback this year. There's a second picture disc coming with a bunch of nice collaborations as well. But yeah, more on that later. All right. Thanks, guys. Love you.
Oh, Francis. He's a sweetheart, isn't he?
Oh,
What a
Francis.
sweetie. What a sweetie. He wanted to try and come on and we wouldn't let him. Basically, he's meant to be having a holiday. He needs to go and switch off and have his rest. He was going to come on if the show was last week, but we got delayed. So shout out to Francis. And he's got some cool stuff. And who doesn't want Madback socks, right? I need them.
Right, yeah.
So super cool, super nice. Thanks, Francis. Take care, bro. Okay, so we're now in the interview section. So Miro, this is all about you, buddy.
Okay.
Yes. So thanks for coming on again.
My pleasure. Yeah.
It's really, really nice and an honor to have you here. I guess the best thing to do is how we normally do these things is we start at the beginning of your career and start to talk about that, how you got into music, what were your early motivations, how did you end up here? What was the beginning for you?
Well, in the beginning, I started listening to techno. I was maybe 16, 17 years old. Before that, I was listening to hip hop and metal. And then techno became a big thing in 1991 or so. And,
What kind of techno were you listening to then?
Back then, it was just techno, like whatever was played in the club. It was not a separated thing, it was just like whatever American, Belgian, German,
Like
UK, whatever, like I went to a club back then. And I was never thinking of making music. I didn't see an opportunity to even make it. And a friend of mine back then, I was into Amiga computers. Hey. I was playing games, and he told me, "Hey man, there's like the sample card, and you can sample." And he showed me one of those tracker programs, and that's when I kind of got excited, and I made my first really, really bad tracks, and I don't know, a couple of months later, well, first of all, I noticed PCP because of the techno movement back then, and PCP, which were also from Frankfurt, where I was born, had this special sound. It was darker and like kind of, the stuff that Marc made, like on Frankfurt Tracks #2 and Frankfurt Tracks 3, which really, really fascinated me. And somebody I knew him and introduced me, and I still didn't see a chance. But I don't remember exactly, but he saw some kind of potential. And he borrowed me some equipment, like some little machines. And that's how I recorded my very first demo with just two machines, a 606 and a 202 from Roland, on cassette. And I just recorded one track after the other on a cassette. Like I recorded both sides full, both like, I don't know, 20, 25 tracks. And I gave it to Marc and Thorsten, who were running PCP. And they probably saw some potential. And then my first vinyl, Miro 1, was released. And from then on, it went on.
So how did you actually meet Marc then? Because you progressed quite quickly there. Because, what was the first interactions and how did you bridge that relationship?
In the very beginning, they made parties in Frankfurt. They were not successful parties. They were like these Thursday parties, and I went there and there was like only 10 people or so. And it was like just strobe and fog. And I was just a fan.
Yeah.
And then I knew somebody who knew Marc, but then in the end, the guy who made the vocals for Smash and for Chabos, my friend back then, Hassan, he lived in my street, and he knew Marc, of course, from the Smash stuff. And he introduced me to him, and that was basically the way to Marc. Like, otherwise I wouldn't have had a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole demo thing, you know. And Marc was really friendly to lend me the machines back then, and where I recorded my first demos.
Sure.
And then it went on.
So
you don't hear many people using the 202 either. That's a kind
it's a very rare machine. But for me, the 202 is like a mini 101.
Right.
It's kind of like a 101, but you have a step sequencer inside. And I just used the 606 as the main thing, and I
traded drums and
and it was live arranged like techno kind of, you know. Sure. I changed the patterns on the fly, and I twisted the EQ on the mixer for the sweeps, whatever.
Yeah,
this kind of thing. And I just went for it. I was 19 back then, you know.
Yeah,
18, 19. I don't know. I was really young, and that's how it started.
Right. Well, let's play Destroy, because I have that here to play. That's one of the tracks.
That's from that. Yeah, that's from the cassette.
Okay, let's play it, and we'll come back to it in a moment.
So cool. I love the is it like a rim shot or a snare that comes in? It's got like, you can really hear the reverb on that.
I think it's a snare, but the 606 snare sounds almost rim shotty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
very cool, man. What reverb were you using back then?
You know, the funny thing is, no, that's the funny thing. The whole cassette was recorded dry, and when I gave it to PCP, Marc put a reverb on the whole track.
Really?
I was thinking while I was listening to it, I was like, the reverb sounds really like Marc's kind of early sort of stuff.
Yeah,
as well. Did he lend you the reverb? Or
no, he put it on it afterwards.
Cool.
Just to have a little, because I
Give it
didn't have
space, right? Make it sound
Yeah, a little bit. It doesn't matter. It's on the whole track, but who cares, you know?
cool. Very cool story.
How does this track make you feel now when you listen to it this
I
nowadays?
mean, it's not a reference, but it's my first record, so it's an important part, you know. It's cool. I mean, I remember making these tracks and just having these two machines next to each other on my bed or whatever, and just recording like a maniac, making one track after the other. It was fun, you know. Like I was happy to have like solid, serious machines and not work with some Amiga 8-bit stuff, you know, and that they released something from it, you know. And afterwards, I slowly got some equipment. I got myself an Atari, what everybody used, and a sampler. That was the first thing. So the first records were just a sampler, a mixer, and maybe one effect, and that's it.
Awesome.
And so, how did you feel at the time when this was all going on? Obviously, you're quite young and you've been projected into this new universe. What can you remember? How you felt and what the emotions were, what you were doing, and
I was completely excited. I mean, I was like blown away. I was like, holy shit! I mean, they really like my stuff. I mean, back then they had a record store in Frankfurt. It was the same time, like in the late 1993, early to 1994, and I also worked in a record shop. And I was part of the gang. And at that age, and everything was anyway like a revolutionary time, not like today, you know. It was like, holy cow, it was like a big thing, you know. I was really blown away. I was like, I couldn't even believe it. After 1 or 2 years, you get used to it with the different aliases, and then you get to know your own capabilities and talents, and you know, like I tried to cover several labels, and then you realize that you have talent, and things just went off.
Yeah.
And were you playing many gigs then at the start, or were you just making records and having fun?
No, I just played occasional gigs here and there. I think I had like my first gigs were in 94. Maybe like in Italy I played once, and in Frankfurt like just 2-3 gigs a year. So
yeah, okay,
yeah. I had to make myself a name.
It wasn't too long after that Kotzaak Unltd began, right? That was like the year after.
Yeah, well, the first Kotzaak was made by Marc, but as everything back then, they just had fun, whatever, like, you know, like all these sub-labels and all these different aliases.
Oh God, Marc's got like 100.
Yeah, but you know, back then, nobody knew. Nobody knew. Nobody knew.
There was no
like
Discogs
all
then,
this
right?
nasty Django and Kotzaak and this and that and blah, blah, blah. It was just like being schizophrenic in a way, like having all these different personalities and putting yourself, your personality into different shapes or situations. And I followed that scheme, you know what I mean? I went the same route. And Kotzaak, the first Kotzaak was just something that Marc made. The leather necks with the vocals of Lenny, and it was just like, let's make something super extremely brutal, like fuck it, and let's just show the world what's really brutal. And afterwards I continued with the first Stickhead stuff, and then it slowly became my thing. I developed myself in a way too.
Yeah. So did Stickhead come right after that?
Yes, exactly.
First Miro release,
yeah. Marc only made the 0 and the number 3, which is kind of like the 0, just with samples. The Dogged Team, and all the other ones were for me.
Gotcha. So what happened? But with your sound between like that first release that we've just listened to, and the first Stickhead track? What was happening in the studio, and like what happened with your production?
Well, what I just said, I got a sampler and a mixer and a computer where I could properly do stuff. So Kotzaak was just one of many things that I did at the same time. It was like the Rain stuff on Cold Rush Records and Steve shit and all this shit.
Yeah.
You know, like it was all happening at the same time. I was just, you know, following into Marc's footsteps and trying to cover Dance Ecstasy 2001, Cold Rush and Kotzaak and blah, blah, blah. I was just, you know, finding myself and trying things and see where it brings me, you know.
Were you hanging out with the other guys as well? Were you hanging out with Marc in the studio and stuff? Were you kind of like learning from them, or were you just kind of finding your own way?
Well, back then we saw each other every now and then. Not too rarely, but like I was not hanging out all the time in the studio. Like we saw each other every 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He was doing his stuff. I mean, back then we were studio rats, you know, like only in the studio, smoking pot all day and just making music until the late 90s, early 2000s. It was just about, you know, smoking pot and making music non-stop, nothing else.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in 95, Kotzaak Klan was born, and that was a stage thing with a trio of you, right? Originally.
The point is, it's again one of those games back then where you just create another name. The tracks were all by me, you know, but it was not Stickhead, it was not Jack Lucifer. It was again, okay, let's have another name, and nobody knows about it. Like you know, the cover was just like these 4 Mexican wrestlers or whatever. And it was just having fun, you know, like you didn't think about it too much. We had the distribution, we could make anything we wanted with the vinyl. And it was just out of fun, like everything back then, you know, all the names, aliases, and Kotzaak Klan then turned into a thing where I was performing with Torsten, one of the founders of PCP, and the other guy who was also an early PCP family guy. And they were also on the PCP live stage before that. And then it turned into, okay, now they're with me making the Kotzaak stage thing for a couple of years.
Sure.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the Kotzaak name, as people are asking in the chat, I seem to remember this was something that Marc and Torsten saw something on the TV in a hotel room in the Netherlands, and the name came from that.
Exactly. That's what I know. That's what I know. But the genius about all these names was Torsten, because he imagined a lot of the names and the aliases. And he made Kotzaak out of it, because Kotzen in German means to vomit. So it just sounded fucked up, you know, like Kotzaak just sounds nasty and like blah, just suits the music, and just made Kotzaak out of it. Like, again, with no bigger thought. Many of these names are, I guess, a spontaneous, fun thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. One of the most famous tracks from that era was under your Jack Lucifer alias, the 96 Nights. There was also 95 Nights before that, right?
Right.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the two and what the difference was.
Well, I guess the first Kotzaaks I made under Stickhead were just, you know, back then it was just like the hardest version of Gabber or whatever. And then I made the first Jack Lucifer, and I let some metal and darkness influences that I was listening to on the side always come more in. And I think on the 96 Nights, it was even more defined. 95 Nights was a little bit of a beginning. I relied more on samples of some whatever death metal records or something. And 96 Nights, I kind of found my personal thing with the whatever stringy, weird synth sounds, the creepy stuff, and the bombastic. And I guess, you know, it was a little bit of creative. Just being creative and not looking left or right. I didn't listen to a lot of other stuff back then. I just did my stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It was just came out of me.
This one was quite popular in the UK. I think, Greg, you can pay testament to that.
All over the place, man. It was like, yeah, I mean, God, back in the day when I had my record shop, and this, you know, was right when all this stuff was coming out, and you know, the guys were they wanted harder and harder music, and then it was like, okay,
yeah,
we've got this, and they'd come in and play that stuff in the record shop, and they'd be like, fuck. Right, it would just be like, okay, we've leveled up here, we've gone harder, we've gone darker, and it's like,
yeah.
And
I mean,
like you said, we were playing it in clubs that were just like, it was just a strobe and smoke machine for like 5 hours, and then you're blasting stuff like that through, you know, kind of almost giving people seizures, and you know, it's insane. Right. Yeah, they were some crazy times, but I mean, yeah, it changed the game in some ways in terms of what the production level, the darkness, how hard it was. It kind of like, it upped the levels in lots of different respects, and people, you know, kind of really resonate with that. It was like when you heard some of these tracks, you were like, okay, that's bigger and darker and harder than, you know, because it had that huge reverb. It had that kind of that feeling of that PCP vibe of it. Sounded like big arena stuff.
Exactly.
I hadn't heard anything that hard and that dark and that fast. Yeah, with that same feeling of that kind of big arena sound, and that for me was the really cool shit about it.
Yeah. Well, as I said, even nowadays, I always try to make stuff that comes from inside, capturing emotion, and like not follow a certain formula. And like, if I would have done that, then these tracks would have never existed, you know, just like kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say invent yourself, but
no, you're right.
Just have and also have influence from everything, you know, like not, okay, I listen to this dark terror track or this or hardcore track and I try to beat it and be even more darker. No, like the influences were from somewhere totally else, and then just be free-minded and creative about it.
I love that. I love the fact that, you know, we talk to so many people and who, like, around this era of when hardcore was kind of evolving into what it is nowadays, but a lot of people were on their own track. You know, they weren't trying to copy something or make something that was already there. They were doing their own thing, but synergistically, without realizing, somebody else was also doing something similar but not the same. And I find it so cool that the music evolved like that, with people in silos almost, and then everybody became to realize, oh, there's somebody else making this shit somewhere else. I'm fascinated by that, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can see this in the chat as well. It's like, you know, kind of Dan Dormouse, I think, said something.
Yeah, hey Dan, by the way.
Alex is saying something about, you know, kind of Sweden at 96 Nights, or these kind of, you know, some of these tunes were like really big in all these different places all over the world, you know, kind of really connected people. They're kind of pivotal tunes in people's hardcore memories, right? Which is really awesome, dude.
Yeah, I think the point is also that many of these tracks have something memorable, you know, like a melody that really sticks with you, like really sticks with you. And that's the point also, you know, like it's not just a good functional thing or technically perfect. Who cares? A lot of my old tracks, I find them to sound crappy, but they work. You know, who cares?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who cares? You remember them, and you still hear them on some parties today, you know.
Yeah.
Right, let's play 96 Nights.
Hey,
right
go
now.
on then.
Are you ready, Greg?
Go on then, turn this up.
absolutely iconic.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss, indeed. Yeah, one of the foundation tracks of what we call terror nowadays, right? Real.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I never considered Kotzaak or this kind of track terror, like, because there's terror tracks who just go for the rawness of brutality and like just. It's kind of like I always try to have something memorable and like emotional still and dark, and you can mix it with terror or whatever, but it's not about the terror in itself. It's about the music for me personally.
It's more like a horror kind of track, right?
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
Yeah, cool.
So you like this transition from like the early Miro to this sound. Did you have a preference for what you were making at this time? Did you go all in on this sound, or were you doing like in the studio? Were you pumping out a load of this stuff and then a load of the other stuff and whatever? How were you stylistically? How were you emotionally attached to the different genres?
I was attached to all of them because I was really young, and then you have to find yourself, and you just like all of it. You have all these influences. I had like the Miro stuff, which is to me not even really hardcore. It was like a little bit influenced by hard trance with a little more touch of hardcore, and then the Steve shit stuff was influenced by Marc's Nasty Jungle, whatever. And I liked all of it, like I was back then not focused on just one thing, because we covered so many labels. It was like one day this, the next day this, and like putting a new hat on every day,
Yeah, just having fun. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Alex Starving Insect in the chat says, terror to me is more of a Dutch thing. In Sweden, the consensus was that this was deathcore. Interesting.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like to give these genres too many names, because especially in hardcore, there's so many genre names that were created over the last 25 years. It's like, this is like, I mean, I used to listen to death metal a lot, and even that has so many subgenres. I was never listening to the mechanical, technical death metal like Cannibal Corpse. I always liked the more doomy, like atmospheric, slow, heavy, melodic stuff. And, like you have one genre and you have like, 5 different interpretations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
And I don't want to put a stamp on some things too much, like basically most things are hardcore unless you go into the up-tempo thing. That's like a totally different thing. Mm-hmm. But at least for me back then, it was, it was a bit more, there was a bigger variety back then. If you went to a Thunderdome party and one DJ played, like nowadays it's like a bit more formulaic. So I'm not a stamp on something guy, like... Yeah. And as I said, I just do what I like and love.
Yeah. I guess testament to that is the next track that I've got queued up here.
Okay.
The Steve Shit release, Having Sex, which was also around this era, 96, which was a super year for hardcore generally, actually.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It was a really, really big year for hardcore. But yeah, let's play this, because this paints the fuck the genres picture, I think, right? Let's go.
Fellas, to put one hand on your heart, the other on your dick, right?
so much fun. That track is just fun.
The Steve shit stuff was really cool, man. And you were doing. Sorry, Joe. I don't mean to jump in if you've got a question.
No,
but
please do. Go ahead.
You were doing the white break stuff, weren't you? Like.
Yep.
And so I remember hearing the white break stuff as well. Like whenever that was 94, 95 or something. And yeah, didn't you? You did one of the early ones. I don't. How many of the white breaks did you do? I know you did the.
I did.
The
I think I did 4 or 5.
Like 7 and 8 or something like that.
Yeah, the 7 and 8 were definitely a different league from the older ones. The older ones were, in my opinion, more amateur, and the 7 and 8 were definitely more on the level of like these dark UK kind of things.
Yes. Yeah.
More.
That's what I was interested in.
Yeah. So, they were more evolved, let's say.
Yeah,
I was more experienced at that point.
Sure. Yeah. And I found it really interesting. Obviously, from being from the UK and kind of, we were hearing all sorts of, break beats were our thing, and then hearing kind of stuff coming out of Germany. I mean, I was, a bit of a fan of Alec Empire and stuff like that as well. Going on in that world and the digital hardcore stuff. They were doing their thing. But then the Frankfurt white break stuff was different again. Had a very different sound.
Of course, yeah.
And wasn't there a track called something about Breakcore on the volume 3? Grab that volume 3. Isn't there something about Breakcore on one of the tracks?
Maybe that's I don't know.
Oh yeah. Go on, Greg.
Was that the first use of the word Breakcore?
Power of Breakcore. Yeah, that's probably one of mine. But I cannot differentiate the tracks I made in the early days of white breaks.
Yeah.
I don't know which one is which.
I don't even know if anybody was actually using the term breakcore because Alec had his like digital hardcore thing, and there was like I can't remember. It's going back too far for me now, but I can't remember what it was actually called. The kind of, but I think the term breakcore didn't come till a bit later, did it? It was
no, maybe
later.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Anyway, I do remember that. I had a bit of a kind of flashback to, but I loved all those. It's just such a different vibe to them.
I really like the artwork on all of these early releases that you called the Miro artwork were good.
That
and
was
this
still
is
the
really
same
cool.
guy. Yeah, the guy who made all the graphic design for all the PCP stuff, Mike. He made all of the stuff until I don't know, maybe 97 or so, or 96.
Yeah.
You like it.
Curious. I'm just curious whether that was my first recollection of the word breakcore, and maybe Dan or someone knows much better than that. Or, like, I don't even know where breakcore really came from, where the term really kind of came from.
Funny.
Just 1 minute it's there, and anyway,
I don't even know what the track sounds like at the moment. I don't have it in my head.
But yeah, they were really good. They were really fun.
Oh, thanks, man.
The white breaks.
So you started to work with other producers as well around 96. So you did some work with Guillaume, Dr. Macabre, Lunatic Asylum.
That was a one-timer. Yeah. At the same time, I made tracks with Oliver, the horrorist.
Yeah.
And Guillaume was once in Frankfurt, and I don't remember. He probably stayed at my house, and we made that one track, Dimensions of the Doomed, I think. And nothing more to say about that. It went well.
And with the horrorist as
exactly.
Superpower
Yeah, it was
well.
Oliver. He came to Frankfurt in 96 with like a whole bunch of people, 3-4 people. Because
he's quite a wild guy. I didn't really know Oliver, but yeah.
Yeah, I know him since back then. And he came and he loved our music. We loved his music. He made his first Things to Come. And then he stayed at my place for a couple of days, and we, had fun, made those tracks. And since then, we're friends, Yeah. Awesome. 30 years later.
Wow.
And so, you've really spread like this now, right? You've not gone in just a linear way. You got this thick body of work with lots of different sounds, and it's spreading.
Right.
So,
this
is. Tell me about how this is received at that time, and what kind of recognition and gigs, and how was everything evolving for you at that time?
Well, don't forget, back then, still people didn't know that I am Hypnotizer, Steve Shit, Kotzaak, and blah 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 blah. We still kept it secret because it was fun. It was a fun game, you know. Like the same for Marc. He had even 3 times more names than me, and it was just fun to have things working and have a feedback, and it was just fun to, let's call it, play these roles. Like, you don't have to fake it, but you were living it in that moment. But it just felt good because things were evolving and running, and it was just rolling, you know, and it felt good. I mean, I was still in my early 20s back then, and
lots of partying, no doubt.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah.
So you were getting lots of work signed to things like Thunderdome, Terrordrome, obviously Frankfurt Tracks and Gabba Box. So were you working as well, or was this what you were doing? You were making enough money off this to get by?
I was always like boxing myself through life with just making music. But back then it was easier because you were actually making money from selling music back then, you know. There were contracts, there were publishers, there were CDs that were sold for a few thousands and you got licensed and you could make pretty decent money. Nowadays, forget it, you know, like it's just gigs.
Yeah, you were shifting thousands of vinyl instead of hundreds of vinyl, like you know.
Yeah, but especially also CDs, you know.
CDs, yeah, wow.
CDs were selling to the thousands.
Yeah.
Forget it nowadays.
Yeah.
Things have really evolved, haven't they? Not necessarily for the best.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So when did the E-Man alias come about? Was this like late 90s?
It was also 96, I think. Maybe 97, but maybe 96. The first E-Man, I forgot the name. It was kind of like Miro-ish. It was melodic, like Juno 106, melodic, kind of hard trance-y thing. Like hardcore, hard trance kind of thing, but just a little bit less melodic than Miro, but it was very close to it. And then E-Man later evolved to an own entity with the bass machine and E-Shifter and what came afterwards. In the beginning, things were not so defined, and later I think they went into more defined directions.
Okay. Well, let's play something from E-Man. Let's play Bass Machine 99.
Okay.
This is a classic.
Yeah, of course.
Let's go. Great track, man.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, probably one of my best tracks over the last 30 years.
Yeah. Do you
Wow, that's saying something. I mean, you got.
I think so. I think it's a track I still play, and you still hear it on parties. Yeah, it just works.
Do you remember the production process on this one? The motivations?
The usual. I mean, at that point, I made this track in '98, and I was, of course, a bit more evolved than 2-3 years before.
Yeah,
so
you hear it.
It was more professional. I had a bigger mixer, had several effect units. It's just my ear was more refined. And but still, I mean, I think it's an own thing. This track, it's memorable in a way. And the bass machine sample, which I cut up, I don't remember from, but the sample was not bass machine, it was something else. I cut it together in this way, and it worked really well until this day. I think it's one of my best tunes for sure. I just saw in the comments on YouTube that somebody asked about the gear or the process of my Overlord release, the Master of the Universe. Nothing special. This track was made in 95 or 96. I had nothing back then. It's just the idea in your mind. I had a mixer, a sampler, maybe 1 or 2 synths, 1 or 2 effect units. That's it. It's just what you make out of it. That's why I like when you're from back then, you learn how to make something with little. You know, nowadays you have all these choices and opportunities and sample packs and plugins and all this shit, and it actually kills to make something out of little. You know what I mean? Back then I didn't have much. A lot of it was samples, but twisted in a way that you maybe don't hear it. Like it's effects and how you mix it and the idea. It's just the idea.
It's more of a natural interface between you and the machine rather than things in the way to distract.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like you have something in your mind, you have your influences, you want to create a certain vibe and something, and you just do it, you know. Back then in the mid-90s, I didn't have much. Like later I had a 909 and more effects and more synths, but it didn't make better tracks. Maybe a little bit more refined, but not necessarily better in that sense, you know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jonah.
Those same instruments, I mean, those same drum machines and synths and stuff were used to make big pop records as well, right?
Exactly.
You can
I mean,
do all sorts of stuff.
I mean, if you listen to bands, it's always the same formation. You have a drummer, you have a bassist, you have a guitarist, and a vocalist, or 2 guitarists, and a keyboard player maybe. And look at what a big variety of ideas, melodies, genres you can have with always the same sources.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing.
It's something really I think a lot of producers should do, right? Is just strip it right down. Give yourself a 909. It's not hard to get hold of these things virtually if you're in the box or whatever. Give yourself a 909 and
exactly.
You know,
yeah, but I don't nowadays
see what you can make.
I think nowadays most of the young producers don't even know what a 909 is, you know. They use whatever hardcore sample pack or whatever, and then super ultra processed with 5 times clipped and whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
And I will always rely on the basics, you know, maybe a little bit more refined to nowadays, but it made the sound, and I try to recreate it nowadays as well, you know, with the same formula, how to get there from A to B.
With all of these different alias, when you sit down to make music, do you say, I'm going to be this person today, I'm going to wear this hat today, or are you just letting it come out?
Put my Jack Lucifer hat on.
Yeah. Like, do you see what I mean? Are you doing that, or are you just letting the ideas come out and then going, oh, this sounds like this one, so it's going to be... What's the approach?
Well, nowadays it's totally different. It makes no sense to have all these different... Nowadays, everything is Miro. If it's more leaning towards E-Man or the melodic Miro stuff, it's whatever. It's Miro. When I do Kotzaak, it's Kotzaak.
Yeah.
You know, like I separated in these 2 feels nowadays. Back then it was different. You never know. Back then, I don't remember exactly, but like you had like these funny ideas of like, okay, I'm gonna do this now, and then let's see what happens. You just recorded your DAT cassette full. You just worked on 20 tracks within I don't know, 3 months. You had like I mean, I was making a lot of tracks back then. Like every day or every 2-3 days a new track. Sometimes I made like 5 tracks a week. And then you had your DAT full, and then we checked with Mark and Thorsten, hey, what can we do? Okay, that's a new Steve shit, or let's create a new label or fill that up. And, you know, just we didn't give a shit, you know?
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right. I guess we could play some more music then.
Okay.
We're in 99-ish, and we've got a great example of a Miro track, Shining. So let's fucking play that then.
Okay.
This is Miro, Shining. Let's go. What a fucking hit, bro. What a hit. That track, it makes the hair stand on my arms every time I hear it. Really, really a fucking good one. Congratulations.
Thanks,
seriously.
man. Even
Really
if it's 28 years ago.
Yeah, wow.
I made it in 98 at the same time as Bass Machine. That was like one Bass Machine, the EP of Bass Machine and the Shining EP I made in the same time frame, like
Yeah.
within 1 or 2 weeks. I don't remember. In late 1998.
This was, I mean, not just me saying what a hit. This was like your hit, right? This really went well for you, this track.
Yeah, and before that, the Purple Moon remix was also a big hit. It was licensed by many labels, like in Belgium and Italy. But that was even more trancey, I don't know, hard trancey. But Shining was, in the hardcore scene, definitely the biggest hit, yeah.
When track lengths were fucking real, right? 8 minutes.
Exactly.
Stretch your legs, sir.
Yeah. Nowadays it's like
That's 4 tracks nowadays.
yeah. I know.
That's a whole EP, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I think this track is, I don't know, like 8 minutes or so, but it tells a story, you know, like with ups and downs and like build-ups, and then you have the final breakdown, and like it goes even more up, and it's about like creating emotions, you know, and
it's that trancey vibe, right? It's the energy up and down and pushing people along. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
And did you know this was a hit when you made it?
I was probably hoping, but I didn't expect it in this way. And I was hoping it to be successful, but you never know.
You never know, do you?
You never know. You never know.
Yeah. And sometimes I think the tracks that you think this is going to do really well.
Oh yeah, of course, absolutely.
And the one that you make in 5 minutes and just kind of throwaway tracks. See if someone
exactly
it becomes the anthem of the year.
I also didn't expect Steve Shit Having Sex to be such a big hit. Never. You just made it, you know. Like I made this track in probably 1 or 2 days.
Sure.
Yeah. Shining and Bass Machine was a little bit more work. You couldn't do this in 1 day. There was more, you know, arrangement and like thinking through.
So obviously this was a hit, but how did that then change you and what you were doing with music? Was there a pivotal shift in anything? Did you like go all in on this, or what?
Yeah, it's not so easy to say, you know, like it was a big hit, but like from that point on, when I produced Miro, I think the stuff as Miro that came afterwards was a bit less hardcore in a way. It was more, let's say, hard trance. I don't know how to say differently, but it's hard, you know. Like I'm probably a complicated guy when it's about creating music, like, because I don't like go the easiest route. Like, okay, that was a hit, I have to like do that, repeat that again. Like, the Miro stuff I made afterwards was I don't know, probably not even known in the hardcore scene, you know. The same for E-Man, you know. Bass Machine was like a super big hit, but the EPs that came afterwards were like so, let's say, avant-garde almost, like really deep, like super deep. They were hardcore, but they were like this super long storytelling message of, you know, like I just had to let it out as an artist, you know. Like the thing is, like, I can never go the easy route to have the most successful easy way. I always had to let out what I felt in that moment, and that's maybe not always the most smart, successful way.
Yeah, your music's very personal to you, isn't it? You're really not doing this for anybody else at all. That's what I take from you. This is really your emotion, stuff that you're
exactly. And I think everything that I've released, if it's Shining or whatever it is, it's just like an emotion that comes out. I'm not following any formulas or whatever. It's just like you live it.
Yeah. Well, we've got another track here from kind of that era, and I guess this leans into the transition from into the next chapter.
Okay.
And that's Entering the Unknown.
Oh yeah.
So let's play that, and we'll talk a little bit more after.
Entering the unknown, darkness in the sky, close to the unexpected.
I'm sorry that I played that for a really long time. I got completely lost in the music. I was really enjoying it. I just looked up, I was like, oh, I've been playing this for 6 minutes. I was so lost in that. Wow. What a beautiful and also sad track. It really pulls on the heartstrings.
Oh, man. Yeah.
It's a journey. That's a real journey.
Yeah, tell us about this.
Well, that's what I was mentioning before, that was the departure from the bass machine, and that it went to a different direction, you know. It was really deep and probably emotions that are stuck inside, whatever it is, you know, childhood, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And it just comes out. This track is really heavy. I mean, it's really heavy.
Going with it before.
Yeah, but it's also a long story. Like, you know, like if you listen to the track, it's like, it's pretty intense. Listening to it nowadays, it's like, holy shit, man.
Did you do the vocals?
I did the whole track, even the intro vocals. Everything is me.
Yeah.
Everything.
Very cool.
Yeah, this track I didn't do this in one day. It probably took me 2 weeks or so.
You can tell there's a lot in it.
There's a lot of work,
yeah. You put a lot of heart into that. There's a lot
absolutely,
emotion and feeling. You can tell it's just that's.
But I knew back then also it's not going to be a hit in the hardcore scene. Of course not. But I had to express myself.
Yeah. As an artist, as a
exactly,
creative, that's what you're trying to do, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the track title as well, Entering the Unknown, and given where your timeline kind of goes in the not too distant future from this, had you already come to some kind of conclusion or realization that you needed to evolve or move to another chapter or anything like that at this point? Or
no, not at all. Like making music for me and having track titles and all this stuff is not too related to reality to me. It's always like a fantasy and art. Like, it's just like it's not a hidden message to what reflects my life. Not at all.
Okay.
It's always just like staying in that, like when you watch a movie, you know, like it's that world that it stays in, and entering the unknown and whatever you came up with back then, and the vocals just fitted the situation, you know.
Yeah.
The art. Yeah.
Another sick artwork. I love this. Really cool. I really, really enjoyed that track.
Oh man, thanks.
Yeah, a lot. So in the years that followed, I put in my notes here, and I might be wrong, but I put closing one chapter, archiving the past. Because I saw that you did a remix on We Have Arrived, but then you returned to Frankfurt and you released in 1993 to 1999 selected highlights and unknown works.
Yeah.
And I wrote, was this an archive so that you felt like you'd completed something so you could move forward? I don't know.
It was just like a best of, basically.
Okay.
You know, like a kind of personal selection of best of. And I think there was 2-3 unreleased tracks on there too. It was like no bigger mening as usual.
Okay, I'm reading too much into things.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I think a lot. A lot of people read too much into things. Like everything I ever did was just out of the moment, how you feel that moment. You know, like there's no big secret sauce. It's like, for me, it's like if somebody has a tattoo, what's the meaning? No, nothing. Who cares? It was just like
I was so drunk.
yeah, exactly. It's the same thing, you know. Yeah. Like there doesn't have to be like a super deep hidden message behind it. No, not for me.
Okay.
Just before that as well, there was the adrenochrome stuff, wasn't there?
Yeah, that was, I think that was, Marc started that. I was still in Frankfurt. I think
Marc did stuff, Laurie D and you.
Yeah.
Releases, wasn't there? It was very...
I think he just had like a moment of like letting his version of true techno come out, you know. without any kind of hardcore influence, just like techno.
They were really interesting. I really
yeah,
enjoyed them.
absolutely.
And the covers were fantastic as well.
yeah, totally good.
Yeah, they're
totally
kind of
good.
holographic things.
And they were cut in Detroit, I think.
Oh, really?
Because the vinyls went from inside out, like you had to put the needle on the inside.
Backwards,
and back then, I think there was just like a cutting factory in Detroit that could do that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk a little bit about your minimal tech house, techno, Lazerslut stuff after you moved to Berlin.
Yep.
Because you disappeared into that for some time. What tell us about that. What happened?
Yeah, well, like in the early 2000s, I don't know, maybe 2003, 4, I kind of didn't resonate so much with the hardcore scene anymore because of you just heard my departure, like the last E-Man we just heard. And I just didn't feel the vibe so much anymore of playing on these big parties in Holland. And at some point, I kind of went to record stores again and bought like techno records, Richie Houghton and all this stuff. And I don't know, that's how it started for me. When I started to go out to clubs in 91, it was techno. And at some point, my heart started beating again for it. And then I moved to Berlin and the minimal thing became really big. And I was like, holy shit, what's going on here? And my artistic fascination for sound design and like what's happening, like not following the same old fucking formula, but like being excited for artistry in the electronic dance music got lit up and I wanted to be part of it. And so I turned my back for some years from hardcore. And again, I reinvented myself again, starting from zero again. And like, you know, had fun with that. Yeah. It's not a smart choice, but it's not a smart choice,
right?
But as with the last E-Man track you just heard, I'm an artist, you know, and I have to follow my heart and I have to do what really satisfies me and gives me what I need. And I didn't look left or right or behind me, and I just went with it. You know, I still do it till this day, you know. And nowadays it's like my putting different hats on. In the 90s was like putting the different hardcore hats on. Now it's Miro as hardcore, Kotzaak, or the techno stuff I do, whatever. It's like I need it, you know, because music is music. I cannot just dedicate myself to one fucking thing. For me, music is like food. I don't want to eat sushi every fucking day. I want to eat a sausage. I want to eat Greek. I want to eat Italian. You're like, and it's the same thing. Yeah, and there's great stuff and many genres. I can even listen to fucking country, you know what I mean? If it's a funny moment and I'm drunk and it's like some 70s hiddly diddly, whatever, you know, like I can get into it. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's a mood thing. Like everything has to be right in that moment, in that situation. And that's what it is, you know? Like, I don't need to listen to hardcore in a club where there's 50 people. It needs to be a big space. Yeah. You know, like, it's the same thing, you know?
It's definitely the clip of the day. Music is like food. I don't want to eat fucking sushi every day.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love that. I love it. So, and how was your? I mean, I'm looking at the timeline on the label and your production. How has your production evolved over the years? What equipment are you using now? Are you in a DAW now? Are you still in the box? What you doing?
Well, for the last 20 years, I was mostly in the box. Since 5-6 years, I acquired some hardware. But even being in the box, I always sucked my influence from all these years of hardware into it, and I try to replicate as good as I can in the box what I know or have learned in my hardware days, you know. So I try to not sound too digital or too wide, or you know, like I still need this chunkiness of what it was back then when you just worked with hardware. I mean, I have hardware now. And I record some of it, some synths or whatever into the DAW, or I make just hardcore jams and, you know, like whatever works, you know. It's your influences and I guess my experience and being in the game since so long, it helps a lot. I mean, working in the DAW is of course way more comfortable. The recall, you can work on 10 tracks at the same time. Back then it was not possible. If you had your mixer,
You had to write down all your settings, didn't you?
no, if I started a track, I had to finish it.
Right.
There was no working on 5 tracks at the same time. Impossible. Impossible, because you had to clear the mixer and your sampler and all this shit. And nowadays you have the luxury of working at some stuff at the same time. Yeah.
Hello
so it's
to
a mix.
Yeah.
Hello to Peter Stormtrooper in the chat.
Hey, what's
buddy.
up? Hey,
Hello, dear.
alles gut?
So you had a big resurgence with Kotzaak in more recent years. I say more recent. It's 9 years ago, 2017. You made some more recent stuff. What was there a trigger for this comeback, or it just happened? Am I reading too much into it?
Yeah. well, it's like back then with Kotzaak, it's so I have my moments, you know. I have my moments where I think it's time for it, you know. But it doesn't have. You cannot release like 10 Kotzaaks per year because I try to keep them specific and special in a way, and not to be formulaic again. And at that point, I don't remember how it started again, but I felt like, hey, how about giving it a fresh new approach? And I just started it, and like since 7, 8, 9, or 10 years or whatever, I release some Kotzaak stuff once or twice a year. So, but I cannot do more because I mean, to an outsider, it seems simple, but for me personally, I always try to give my best, and it doesn't happen like on a constant level. You like once I made a release, like the air is out, you know what I mean, and then I need months and months to feel like I refreshened up again, and I'm ready for a new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, what now? I guess because we kind of caught up with ourselves now. We've got some new stuff cooking. Francis mentioned that you're going to be playing as yourself versus yourself, which I think is really cool.
Yep.
And you've got a release coming out with him as well. So tell us a little bit about that and how you feel about it all.
Well, the track I gave him is for people who know my music, maybe a little bit different. It's a little bit pumpy, techno-y influenced. And as usual, I don't give a shit. You know, I gave it to him, and I'm not gonna fill some expectations. Oh, it should sound like Bass Machine or Miro melody or whatever. I'm like, I do what I do. And it just works, you know, like I like that part too, you know, like I had to express my creativity once again. And I like it. I mean, I love his label, and I think his artwork is really amazing, that he draws the stuff himself or paints it.
Yeah.
And it just felt right.
He's really a true, complete artist.
Oh, yeah,
Francis.
amazing. Actually, that's how we got in contact. I mean, we were in contact before, but I complimented him on his artwork and that he paints it himself. And he was like, hey, man, you want to join my 10-year release and join with a track?
Didn't you used to paint, right? You used to do some stuff.
Yeah, I used to be really into drawing and painting, and I used to do graffiti in the late 80s, early 90s.
Really?
Yeah, it was a big thing, but then music came and I didn't give it so much attention. A lot of like the first Jack Lucifer, that figure you see, I drew that, and I made the Jack Lucifer logo, and I made the Kotzaak logo, and it's all hand drawn.
Cool.
Yeah, this kind of stuff. And I drew a couple of artwork things on some vinyls, like one of the Rave Creator album releases. I drew that. Like, you know, when you see the drawing caricature kind of a little bit graffiti inspired kind of stuff, I drew some of that. Yeah.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Do you still draw? Do you still find a bit of time for it?
Not really. I lost it. I was drawing since I was a kid, but then music came and yeah. It took
hard
over.
finding the time to fit everything in,
It took my full attention, you know.
Yeah. Life has a habit of doing that, doesn't it? Sometimes I went to a skate park earlier in the week or last weekend. There was a record fair in a skate park and stuff, and some friends were there. And I saw the board, saw a skateboard on the floor, and my brain's like, I skated for like 20 years or something. I can't remember most of my young life, and I thought, my brain was like, I can just jump on a skateboard. I can still do all these cool tricks, is what my brain thinks. But like, the moment I stood on that thing, I was like,
your
I'm
ankle,
an old man, and that's dangerous.
Your ankles are gonna say no.
Telling you, yeah.
Yep.
So. It's a nice romantic idea of.
Yeah, I used to be in the skate graffiti kind of world in the early 90s.
Yeah, good times, man.
Yep.
So I guess we can play. Francis gave permission for us to play this, to play a couple of minutes of this forthcoming. So this is an exclusive.
Let's do it.
I guess you don't object, so let's go.
No.
This is Miro 2600. Let's go.
Okay.
You don't feel guilty at all?
There's no need to feel guilty. I haven't done anything I'm ashamed of. Done enough. I might be ashamed of that.
Okay, I can't play too much of that. Francis will fucking
cool.
Nice.
freak out.
Driving that, man. Love the.
Glad you liked it.
Yeah, liking the new sound. It's cool.
Yeah, it's a bit different approach. I just went with what I felt in that moment.
Yeah, it's really cool. man.
It's a new old sound though, isn't it? It's a familiar sound.
Yeah, it's
but
very
like with a modern
ravey techno-y thing, ravey techno-y. And most of it I did with hardware, actually, now that we just talked about it. So like the main synth and the drums, I just recorded them on the fly, totally
Really
distorted. And I just felt
It
like
felt
jamming.
it felt nice. It felt like, you know, when you find a coat in the wardrobe that you haven't worn for a while, and you're like, oh, I really like this one. You put it on, it's like,
cool,
it still
cool.
works. It still works nowadays. I can, let's go. It's like that.
Yeah, it's a bit unusual for me. I think many people that know my music expect something, and they will be like, "What is this?" But
I think I can
whatever.
hear you in that for sure. And it's got like
cool.
a modern production sound to it, but it's still got that
Nice.
familiar warm hug. So I like it a lot.
Yeah, nice,
I like it a lot.
nice.
Yeah, great stuff, man. Well done.
Cool, thanks.
All right, well, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
It's been a real pleasure to explore your music and explore you as well as a person.
Thank you very much.
I really value your upfrontness about your music and how you're projecting your music, and your brutal honesty about the fact that this is about you and not about anybody else. I really like that, and it's admirable. And thank you for all of the music over the years as well.
Thank you so much.
I mean, absolutely. You know, you've made a huge impact, I think, on the evolution of the sound over the years. You know, through your many aliases. You know, like not just, you know, the Kotzaak stuff and the Jack Lucifer stuff, which kind of, you know, made people, you know, appreciate kind of dark and hard and fast music in a different way. But all the stuff, you know, you've done with the Miro and E-Man and, you know, really had a long-lasting impression on many people. So, yeah, really thank you for your contribution to...
Thank
and
you.
the ongoing contribution as well, man. You're a huge part of the history of this music that we love.
Indeed.
Thank you, man.
Word
Thanks
to
a
that.
lot. Thanks a lot for the words, really. I appreciate it a lot.
Awesome.
I'm just going to post into the chat the link to that release that's coming out, because you can go and pre-order that now. I nearly pasted the link to the WAV files by mistake. That would have been a big fuck up. This is definitely proper link the whole release. That's the Bandcamp link. Go and order it, guys.
You only had one job, Joe.
Starving Insect said, one job? You should see the fucking equipment around me. I didn't have one job. Anyway, Starving Insect says, Miro is on the top 3 most influential producers for me.
Thanks a lot, man.
Which is no surprise to anybody, but thanks a lot, Miro.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Lots of people in the chat saying, what a lovely guy, great show, great interview.
Oh, man.
Yeah, thanks
super
a lot,
happy.
man. Thank you.
Super happy that you invited me, guys, and it was a nice, lovely chat.
So we still have the What's Hot section to come, but guys, if you have any questions for Miro or for us, then start thinking about them now, because we'll have a Q&A right at the end. So if you put them in the chat, the lovely team of moderators will scrape them and dump them into a message to me, and then we'll ask them at the end. Okay, so little Q&A at the end of the show. So that was the end of the interview. Thank you again. We're going to move on to the What's Hot section.
What's hot?
Okay, first up in the What's Hot. Normally we do this by BPM, but today we've got a world exclusive and a huge track for somebody who happens to be here with us now, Gregory.
Hello.
Fucking weirdo. Tell us the news. Come on.
Okay, so I've got a track coming out on Thunderdome in
Whoop, whoop.
when's it coming out? On the 3rd of April. It's called Invasion. It's I've dropped it as a kind of closing track on the last couple of sets, but I think it's a pretty big track. It's I wanted to do something that was a real, like, I miss the kind of like energy from kind of people protesting and Public Enemy and kind of people going, fuck your system, really. Right. I wanted to kind of like just a hand in the air, let's do it kind of thing, and that's really what I tried to do with this, and I sent it over to the guys at Thunderdome, and they really liked it. It kind of ties in with what they're doing, their message and stuff like that, and so yeah, it's worked out well. I'm really proud of it. It's a tune, and it's out in a couple of weeks.
There we go. So that is the artwork there. Congratulations on your Thunderdome release, and I guess we can play a couple of minutes on this, right?
Cool, yeah. Let's do the first drop and stuff.
You are now witness to a complete system failure. Proceed with caution.
Broadcast your comfort from a fortified tower while we digest the poison by the goddamn hours on the static in your signal, the glitch in your feed, the logical conclusion of your cancerous greed. We feed the furnace with the books that you wrote. Use your propaganda posters to stitch your damn throat. Your clean narrative is a lie, I'm here to gut. Put the fear of God in the world that God forgot. Your blue tick approval, that's a target to me. Another clueless puppet for the world to see. This ain't a rap song, it's an eviction note. It's the bottom fees are here and you should've fucking known this. Down off! This the new authority, fuck your name. We're the new majority. Shut down! The whole damn operation. This ain't a movement, it's a goddamn invasion. This the new authority, fuck your name. We're the new majority. Shut down! The whole damn operation. This ain't a movement, it's a goddamn invasion.
Right, that's enough. That's enough of that. That's coming out on the 3rd of April. Is that right?
3rd of April. Yeah, I think next Friday or something like that. Yeah.
Big tune, Greg.
Nice.
Big tune, bro.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah, man. Congratulations. Congrats.
Hey, buddy.
The chat just fucking exploded. Everybody loves it. Lots of people saying that it tore the roof off at Thunderdome when you played it at 7 o'clock in the morning. Huge, man. Nice. Congratulations. Cool. Right, I'm going to get on with this What's Hot. I'm going to quick fire through these like I do, like a radio DJ, and then we'll come back for the Q&A. So let's get into it. This first up, we have got a track from RABBEAT, who is on absolute rampage at the moment from his recent album. This is Remember. Enjoy. Insane stuff from Julien RABBEAT. Fantastic album just released on Mechanic, which is the label of Manu Lamolo. There's a link in the chat to that. Do go and support it because it's all kinds of awesome. Next up, FURYAN, The Mysteries of Creation.
Look, listen, and observe. Look, listen, and observe. Here's some largest and mysterious forces loose somewhere in outer space. The mysteries of creation. And new homes for knowledge of these today. And therefore, we sincere. We are and dangerous. The greatest future in which man has ever known. Words of fire and another earth. Seek an everlasting life through this hell for what it's worth. The righteous pay a sacrifice to get what they deserve. Just pay a sacrifice.
Awesome stuff from FURYAN. Filter kicks being done like they should be done. That's from his album Mysteries of Creation. It's just dropped on the Thunderdome, and there is a link in the chat to it. Next up, we have got a little video accompanying this one. This is Starving Insect, the Sea of Dogs. I fucked that up. 1 second.
It's not a lake. It's an ocean.
And you will face the sea of darkness, and all therein that may be explored. The sea of darkness.
darkness.
Awesome stuff there from Alex Starving Insects. Excuse my awful mixing at the start there. I was trying to go between Record Box and VLC. That release is available over at Bandcamp, but also available on vinyl at the Third Movement with CatScan. Really nice looking record, great design. And the video that we just played, that was made by Alex as well. So great stuff, Alex. Yeah, really, really cool. Next up, speaking of CatScan, CatScan, Pump It Up. Let's go.
You had it figured out, you thought you had me caged. You thought you had it figured out, you thought you had me caged. You thought you had it figured out, you thought you had me caged. Lost your mind, demented, get sick with the rage. You had it. With the rage.
That's CatScan, Pump It Up, off the Lords release, Lords of the Underground, by CatScan and Promo. That's on the third movement, and there is a link, as ever, in the chat. Next up, forthcoming Detest on Motormouth. This is Stranger Kicks.
Wake up, eat, work and sleep, reproduce and die. Sorry. I dump Pura. Work, sleep, reproduce and Sorry.
Stranger Kicks from his release on Motormouth Records, Stranger Kicks EP. That's available on Bandcamp and all major streaming places. Go and grab it if you like it. Next up, Thrasher, forthcoming on Deathchant. This is not out yet, about to come out, but this is Underground Radical. Let's go. Wicked stuff from Thrasher, another 4-track release coming out on Deathchant. You can pre-order that at Toolbox. I think that's coming out in a few days. Worth grabbing. 4 decent tracks on there, man. Really, really good. So grab that, enjoy. And last up on the New Blood, we have got Ruckus with Knock Knock.
It's the Ruckus. We're here to bring disorder. We outside of your house now. We come to fucking slaughter. Yeah, knock knock. Who the fuck is banging at my door? Is it abstract, commercial, or hardcore? Let her know who the fuck they looking for, cause they don't want more. Yo, knock knock. Who the fuck is banging at my door? Is it abstract, commercial, or hardcore? Let her know who the they looking for. They don't want more. I wrote this rhyme with a Sharpie. You see the dark be ignitions for those with keys who wanna start me up. That's when nature and nightmare can merge. When you're holding so much inside, you gotta splurge on these snakes. The fangs that poke through the denim. When you move it accelerates the action of the venom. But the purity of sacrifice getting stung twice from those who load dice. The target is cheap rights. Knock knock. Who the f*** is banging at my door? Is it abstract, commercial, or hardcore? Let her know who the f*** they looking for, cause they don't want more. Yo, knock knock. Who the f*** is banging at my door? Is it abstract, commercial, or hardcore? Let her know who the f*** they looking for. The cream of the crop. Nightmare. March to the sound. The cream of the crop. Cream of the crop, we run circles that remain symmetrical. With lightning victories is highly electrical. The microphone is just too hot to handle. Plus I don't fill your ears with the bitters and scandals. I get back the sword off the DJ puppet. March to the sounds of Armstrong trumpet. Great things satisfy great mind. You want me to paint scenes, describe it in 8 lines. Check it. We outside of your house now. We come to fucking slaughter. Nightmare. Bang, 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 banging at my door. Is it abstract, commercial, or hardcore? Gotta know who the they looking for. They don't want more. The cream of the crop. March to the sound. That was Ruckus, Knock Knock, recently released on Prospect on a nice yellow vinyl. And that was the end of the New Blood. Whew, that was a quick fire.
Woo.
Yeah.
It was. There were some good tracks, man. Gareth is more Deathchant than Deathchant now, isn't he?
he's the new poster boy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing good, man. He's doing good. Fair play to him.
And it's his birthday. Happy birthday.
Today?
Well, half an hour in tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday, Gareth. I'll send him a message.
Happy birthday.
In 30 minutes. Yeah, man. So, questions. Have we got some questions? Let me have a look in the moderator chat. Question for Gregory. At Deathchant XXL, will you perform back to back or solo?
I don't know.
He's got so many gigs he can't fucking remember.
I've got no idea. Is it me and Mike, or is that somewhere else?
I don't know. Well, I'll tell you where you are playing back to back with somebody. The DEF CON lineup just got announced, and you're playing back to back with the producer there this year.
I am indeed. Yes.
I thought you were going to say,
I
am I?
I think I've got a solo gig at Deathchant. Because then I've got the day after that, I'm in Manchester for the bowlers thing as well.
Okay.
So yeah, won't be a heavy one. Famous last words.
Sure, whatever, bro. I've heard that a million times. And second part of the question, second syllable. Your Utopia Project edit, will that remain on your hard drive forever?
No. So yeah, I'll be able to hopefully tell you more about that. Maybe next show or something like that. But yeah, I've got something planned. I just need to get the stars to align. But yeah, got something cool planned for later in the year.
Wicked.
Get it to work.
Okay. Next question. Another question for Greg. Do you miss having a record shop and getting all the records?
Yes. do I miss getting all the records? Yes. Do I miss having a record shop? Not anymore. No, it was amazing time, and I wouldn't change anything. No regrets. But yeah, it was a tough time when people stopped buying vinyl. Everybody started buying CDs, and at the end of the 90s, kind of scene dried up a little bit. Kind of changed, turned into something else. Certainly in the UK, at least, it was a challenging time, and either you kind of adapted, or you had to rethink. You had to choose a different path.
Yeah.
So I stupidly didn't want to sell out. so there you go.
Question for Miro from Stormtrooper. Miro, when is the Timon remix of Shining coming out?
No one knows.
Okay.
I don't know where he has this information from, but nothing to be discussed here.
Okay. Okay. Any more questions? Now's your last chance for questions, gang. Oh, it's been a nice show though, right? Some good music tonight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been really nice. Yeah. Is there any other questions?
I don't see any.
Or are we almost done?
No. Do you know what we're gonna do? Let's do a little bonus for the people that are still here. I've still got a couple of tracks here of yours that aren't released that we haven't played. Miro, should we play one of these tracks?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sure. Man.
Let's do a poll because they always work good. We've got two tracks here. Which track? And we've got one that's called 10,000 Freaks.
Have we just got to guess based on the favorite title?
Yeah, fuck it. And one's called Final Signal. There you go. Get voting, guys. Get voting in the chat, and we'll call it in a minute. Hi Joe, I just sent you something on Instagram on my daughter's account. That sounds ominous.
No, red flag. Don't open it, Joe. Don't open it.
What's the voting? Oh, it's close now. Knowing our chat, these fuckers will make it so it's 50% each. That's what normally happens.
Don't put ideas in people's heads, Joe.
I don't know what these are. Tell me what to vote. Somebody just wrote. Right, I'm ending the poll. 10,000 Freaks won. Let's go. Made a lot of people happy in the chat. What's the plan for this one, Miro? Is this coming out? Is it signed or?
Yeah, it's coming out on Marc's label.
Okay, wicked.
Pretty soon.
Wicked. All right. Any more questions? I think I saw one going past, and then that's it. Will there be ever? Oh my God! I'll start again. Will there ever be more tracks like the Frozen Destination tracks on Narcotic Networks? That's a no.
I don't think so. I'm really sorry.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm calling it. That's the end of the show.
Awesome.
We've got one last bit, which is the something different, which will follow. But again, Miro, I'd like to say thank you very much for coming.
Thanks to you guys.
Thank you.
It was a good time.
Awesome to have you on, man. Really was.
Guys, thanks a lot, yeah?
And we need to do. We need to smile for a thumbnail for the show for Jay. So, right, there you go, Jay. There's your thumbnail, Jay. Okay, last thing then. Greg, are you going to introduce your famous something different?
Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah. What craziness is this? So
it's a Razorhead hurricane with teeth.
It is. Yeah. So yeah, Razorhead, long time old school breakcore head. Back on Love Records recently. And yeah, this is more wonderful craziness.
All right, that's the end of the show. Guys,
wonderful. Thank you, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
Guys,
love you all. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
No acceleration dampener in my alphabet soup and a laxative. I let her rip, shitstorm, giving seagulls laxative. Did it hurt when you fell out of somebody's ass, you piece of shit? Got paid in pocket lint, go fuck yourself, see your hands cramp arthritic. Cadaver club mods, a condemned domicile, or the bad news with the pen. 1,000 from a 1 out of 10. Piranha solution obliterated, lifespans abbreviated. You should have listened to that inner voice before you tried to grab a mic, you hesitated. Now you've made yourself a victim, and a problem that you created. Visible disintegration, there's only deterioration. A manga spectacle of rot, no reverse or utter decline on these mics. Flash warning, red lights, the only thing holding up the house is termites. No relief, no forgiveness, mainlining hopelessness to appease an audience. You surrounded in devil's gibberish, a curtain call, cause of much anguish to a diminished lyricist. In the corner they piled up at the party, ad machine for the bodies. We seen your face around cloud, hilarious Don Rickles. Meet the rap Tom Riddle, now I'm bored, trimming my nails at your funerals, scheduled to early graves. The dim and dull, death in the light of the darkness, held at bay like Montego. Lost your mojo, no Kilotron, Robo, Turbo, Ball Beam, electric like Boogaloo Shrimp. Billy Davis Jr. and Marilyn McCool, Solid Gold. A hurricane with teeth, ever rap commando, dystopian disco, Danny Terrio. Sade born the same day that David Lynch died, thinking I can't do it. Reverse Cupid, every rhyme is a hate crime. Alpine is doing wrong, rappers screaming defamation, malice to reputation. More get dialogue over percussion. See the light in their eyes, they're nothing. Write a verse quenching my bloodthirst, a sympathy of annihilation. Embraced by the world stage, your adulation and praise. The victim's name spread all over the front page, making headlines. Found love in a hopeless place, thinking I live forever, like the head of my neighbor who resides in my freezer. While a contaminated daffodil brought his head back to life. His name's Ike. So when you get comfy and cozy at home, glued to the tube after family feud, feeding my ego like a long haul trucker, cruising the interstate. I'm undetected. You're unaware they're showcasing my exploits. Nightly on Dayline, with a pale horse penning the rhyme, thinking I can't, 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 Rode a pale horse penning the rhyme, thinking I can't do it.